So if you're a teacher and you're looking for students who have maths anxiety, I think it's as simple as like, are there students that are reluctant to attempt the problems? I've had times where, I would explain a method in let's say Pythagoras theorem, 3D shapes, 2D shapes, and I put the problem up, and then I'll pass on worksheets, and some students will immediately they'll pass the worksheet back to me. So there's this reluctance to attempt problems. But in the classroom, students also manifest physical signs, and it could be some things like shaky hands, slightly sweaty palms, and sweaty foreheads. So I think that can also manifest. So the physical signs. And I'd also say when students are being disruptive. Obviously, disruption can take many forms, because they might have had a tough day, they might not have had breakfast, they might have had an argument with mum or dad, or they've had a tiff with someone in the playground. But disruptive behaviour can mask that fear. And I think, as well as the students that clearly struggle with maths, look out for subtle indicators, because there might be students that are really sharp and actually do well in class exams, but they might freeze under time conditions. Checking in with students, because maths is an emotional subject. Ask people, how do you feel about this? If they're like, oh sir, it's tough, but I reckon I could do it, it's a green light. But if they're like, oh sir, I have no idea what's going on, that's clearly a red light. So I think looking for those little signs. So one, I would say, teachers should create an environment, almost like a growth mindset environment, where they tell people consistently, students, that actually making mistakes is part of the learning process. I think it's breaking down the problem into bite-sized chunks, or the ladder model, for example, because students need to realize that with maths, you can't go from step 1 to step 10 immediately. You've got to go through little ladders, steps to get through there. Again, it can be a method the teacher teaches, it could be something that the students work out themselves, but it's like knowing that it's a step-by-step process that gets you to the right answer. I also think many students, whilst they may not love maths, I'd love them to love maths in the classroom, in the real world, when they're looking at recipes, or they're football fans, or they're trying to save up money to buy a PlayStation, they're using maths in the real world. So the more you can make maths, it can be an abstract subject, but make it relatable and real, I think it shows them actually what they're learning in class can be applied to the real world.